Good morning to you. You live in a shoe. And it truly is the morning. If even just for a couple more minutes. It's 11:35 a.m. And I'm trying my new thing where I vlog throughout the day. And I just do it on a different memory card, which I'm sure will work. I actually didn't do a red V for vlog. I used a purple, well, like a purple burgundy, and put a line over it. And I did laundry yesterday and I forgot to put it in the dryer. So I'm literally, I just pulled out, I just threw on the same thing I had on yesterday. I was like, it's Saturday, you haven't taken a shower yet, it doesn't matter. I want to go in and write while Alex is writing so that when he's done, we can hang out later. He is gonna probably go get his new phone today. I don't know if he's going to or not. He acted like he didn't really care. Like, so here's the thing. When Alex and I got together, of course, we didn't have the same kind of phones. I can't even remember what he had. I can see it in my head. I don't think it was an Android. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, so like when the iPhone started coming out, we got like the iPhone 4. We got it together. Like we went in there, we got it together. We were so excited. We brought it home. You know, like when you get a new phone, you're like, oh my God, oh my God. So like ever since then, every 2 years, 4, 6, 4, 5, yeah, I mean, every 2 years we've gotten new phones, right? When an upgrade is possible. Well, since my phone was acting like shit, which apparently there was something wrong with the motherboard, I just upgraded my phone because it was like the cheaper way to do it. So I felt bad because we've always gotten our phones together, you know, and it's kind of like an exciting moment or whatever. It is 89 degrees here. It feels hotter. This woman on the street, she just stopped me and she was like, she lives like across and down from me. She's probably, I don't know, 75. She's real nice. And she was like, hot enough for you? And I said, it is beautiful outside today. She's like, it's so humid. I love it. And I said, well, I'll take this over any day in February. And she goes, well, I'm not here in February. My neighborhood is gone in February. They all go to their houses in Florida or Arizona. But anyway, I mean, they're all over 70. So, but I told Alex, I said, you know, like, well, here's the thing. Y'all know Alex loves his Instagram, okay? Like, Alex loves Instagram. He loves doing, like, the outfit of the day. He follows, like, all of these, like, fashion bloggers on Instagram. Like, he's really into, like, the men's fashion stuff on Instagram. Women's fashion, too. But mostly men's fashion stuff. Go get a coffee. Starbucks is usually packed on Saturdays, but oh well. And so when I was in there, I was like, the guy was like, do you want to get an 8 or do you want to get an X? And I was like, well, is there any, like, price difference? And he was like, you're literally paying, like, it was something like $10, $8 more a month. And I was like, okay, well, which one's a better phone? And like, he wouldn't really tell me, you know. Okay, honestly, if you're in this situation, get the 8. I've heard the 8 is much better. I'm not like, the X is not so grand that it's any big deal. I don't love it, okay? I've had a lot of, I mean, 3 times I've had to take it in there. So anyway, but I like it now that I'm starting to get used to it. It's okay. I just don't see all this other bells and whistles that people talk about because for me, I use social media apps. That's about it. You know what I mean? Like, take pictures and stuff, but like, I'm not really into I mean, if you see my pictures, like, I don't really care. So, but one of the selling points is like the camera is supposedly phenomenal on here. And the reason I got it was like if I get stuck somewhere and I don't have a camera to vlog, well then I could use my phone to vlog. So I was like, well, I'll just go with the X. Well, Alex loves to take pictures, so I was like, you know, like he should go and, you know, do all this, blah, 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 get this phone because like we upgrade. It was like, I don't know, it cost nothing really. We had to pay off our old phone, which I think we only had like, he said something like 4 installments left because we pay for it like over a period of time now. So it was like $75 to pay it off, which was cheaper than buying a new phone that was broken. You know these phones are like $800 to $1,000. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous that we live in a world where a phone is $1,000. But yet I pay for it. I don't know why. Because, I don't know. It's fun. It's ridiculous. $1,000. I looked at the guy. I said, this phone is $1,000. $1,000. But I said, this phone is $1,000. He goes, I know. I'm like, Jesus. My mother back in the day, and you know what kills me is when you see like kids in junior high and high school that have these phones. My father in high school, my mom never had the money, or she wouldn't even, you know, would never have spent the money. But like my dad in high school, I can just imagine looking at my dad and being like, I need to have this iPhone X. It's $1,000, 1,023. He would have been like, you need to go get a fucking job is what you need to do. I mean, he would never in a million years. And my parents were very generous, but like, there's no way. But anyway, but the price difference between the 8 and the 10 for me was like really nothing. And so I ended up getting the X or whatever it's called. I just call it the 10. So Alex has kind of been like stalling on whether or not he wants to get it. And, well, not whether or not he wants to get it, like when he wanted to go in there and spend the time to get it, because, you know, it's always like busy as hell. So, yeah. So he's gonna go in there, I think, later today and get it. There's literally like 7 cars in front of me.
Thanks for coming to Starbucks. What can we get for you?
Can I get a venti iced coffee with 2 equal, please?
Venti iced coffee with 2 equal. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
We'll see you up here. Thank you.
Thank you. So, and then I don't know if we have, I don't have anything planned tonight. I know I was going to take that. I need to go get this gift card for Tanya. And then I want to get some flowers and take that over there for her. And get a card. She loves cards. It was so funny, I was talking about cards and I was thinking about getting this card for Tanya because like, you can't just like go, like for Tanya, you can't just go and like pick out any random, is that yellow light on? Are you kidding me? At 7 minutes? Something has to be wrong with this camera if that's the case. But you cannot just pick out, unless it's because it's so hot today, well that could be, the camera is boiling. You cannot just pick any random any random card for Tanya. Like she likes cards that like say something. And like, I'm not like this at all. You know, like when a card says something like, you know, like has this is why I just don't spend a lot of time picking out cards. Like, I like pretty cards, but I just don't. It's because, like, I don't really care what it says inside. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's a nice card, but there's 10,000 nice cards. But she's, like, somebody that, like, really, like, if you get the right card that, like, I don't know, you know what I mean? That has, like, the right saying inside, she loves that. She's very much like my mom on that. Somebody asked me the other day, they said, I'm like, look at this guy getting in his car. Somebody asked me the other day, they're like, what is your type? And I'm like, my type is my husband. They're like, no, like, what is your type? And I'm like, I have so many types, like, you know, because like one of the things that's interesting is that I'm more attracted to older men, like men that are older than me. Not a lot older, but like I would say like 10 years older. Like I think the Anderson Coopers, the Daniel Craigs, the Andy Cohens, I think like they are also attractive. And Alex does too. I'm gonna put this over here because they sometimes do not like to be filmed. And Alex does too. But, oh God, it stopped. Okay, you guys, my camera keeps on shutting off because it is so hot. It is 95, 96 degrees outside. So the last full time that I was talking was at Starbucks. I have no idea what I was talking about. I went and got Tanya a card. I went and I got her these flowers. Aren't they so pretty? I want to get them to her before they start wilting. And then I got them certificate for a steak because I want them to have a steak dinner tonight. Which is so funny because Tanya like literally called me and she was like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, nothing, because I wanted to surprise her, you know, and I was like, I'm running to the north side to do some shopping. Are you going to be around? And she's like, I don't know. She's like, I'm really tired. I want to lay down. And I go, well, just stay up for a little bit. I want to stop by and see you. And she was like, well, text me when you're up here. I'm like, oh, please stay up. I want to bring these flowers by before they wilt. So I am gonna race up there. I got a lot of writing done today. It was a good writing day. Alex is done with work. He is with his friend Amy now. You guys, I have to have the air on. I'm sorry that it sounds so bad, but it's so hot in here. He is with his friend Amy. They went to get new upgrades on their phones. So, yeah. I was talking about that at some point. I don't know if I talked about that on the way to Starbucks or if I talked about it on one of the pieces of footage that I ended up deleting because it just like cut off and I didn't know when it cut off. I can't really see the screen, so I don't know when it stops. But when I was looking back, it would say like 2 minutes and I'd be like, I just talked for 8 minutes. It's done that to me like 3 times. So it is so hot, it keeps on shutting off. But anyway, I think maybe I talked about it last night, about how Alex and I always got our phones together, and so anyway, he's going to get his upgrade now, so we will have the same phone, which is silly, I know, but like, I don't know, it's fun, you know, and Alex enjoys taking pictures because he's really into the whole like Instagram. I was talking about this earlier, that's what I was talking about, I remember. So anyway, I was trying to write out that card. Do you ever like write in your car and it, like your writing is so bad in the car, in the car, the vehicle, that on the card it looks messy and you're like, okay, this didn't come across how I wanted it to look at all. That's what you get for doing things at the last minute. I should have got the card last night. Anyway, but Tanya really likes nice cards, and so I picked out this card, and she loves anything ocean, and it's like this white card, and it has like this white seashell on the front of it, like imprinted into it, so the whole card is white. And then you open it and it says something like thinking of you or love you and hope and know that things are going to get better soon. I just want her to know that, you know, I mean, she's such a rock for me that sometimes I think we need to feel a little bit sorry for ourselves. You know, sometimes I think we need to take some time and be like, man, I am like working really hard, or I am, you know, really trying to improve myself, or, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not above, I mean, I think humility is an admirable quality, but there's a difference between arrogance, cockiness, and giving yourself pats on the back. I think we all deserve to give ourselves pats on the back. Life in general is tough, you know? I mean, it just is. And the whole reality around this whole kind of like first world problems thing is that the reality is anybody watching a YouTube video, your problems are first world. I mean, they just are, okay? Like, we're not fighting on a daily basis for clean water or food, you know? And so most of us that are watching or making YouTube videos, any of our problems are going to be first world problems, even no matter how tragic they are. Honestly, let's just be for real, okay? Like, we live pretty charmed lives, and I'm not talking about catastrophes that happen. I'm not talking about, you know, hurricanes and flooding and children lost. I mean, those things are, you know, those are severe, okay? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about diseases and things like that. Those things are severe. But the rest of it, like, you know, are kind of like first world problems all of us have. And I think when you acknowledge that and you realize it, it doesn't mean that you don't get to feel sorry for yourself every once in a while. I think it's totally okay to feel sorry for yourself and be like, damn, I've had a real shit day. Well, what is your shit day? I mean, like, I got up a half an hour late and I was late to work, and then, you know, like, I was running late and I didn't get to make the dinner I wanted to make, and so I ended up just getting the kids pizza, and they were pissed. They were like, oh, pizza 3rd time this week. And then you say that to somebody, they go, oh, first world problems. Okay, they are first world problems, but your day was still shit. You know, let's just be for real. And so it's okay to vent and feel bad for yourself and then go, I feel better. Now I can be of service to others. I can be a better version of myself because I kind of let that out. And I'm a believer in venting and getting stuff out. I just am, you know? The trick is just not staying stuck in the anger or the frustration, you know? Like, you don't want to stay stuck in that because it's not beneficial to anybody. And I also think, like, since I've been doing the gratitude list, it's really hard for me to feel sorry for myself. Like, the other day, I talked at the beginning of my vlog and I said I'm having a really shit day, and I was talking about my phone and my camera, and several people on there said, oh, first world problems, right? I really, to be honest with you, I cannot, I very rarely complain on my vlog, and that's because today in my life, I very rarely complain. And, but that doesn't mean that stuff's not gonna bother me or I'm gonna get frustrated, like, I think anybody that had to go to the phone store 3 days in a row would be a little frustrated. That's 6 hours of my life, you know what I mean? But it's like when I was getting the flowers at the grocery store, there were like, it's the self-checkout, and there's like 3 and 3, and then there was a line that went all the way down the aisle, like 6 people, but it was moving pretty fast. Well, each person that looked at that aisle was like this. Ugh. Seriously? Like they were the only one that had to stand in line, And I looked at this guy and I was like, yeah, it moves pretty fast. It's not bad at all. And he was like, oh, that's cool, And I thought, what's the point in complaining about it? It's not going to make the experience any better. You're not going to move any quicker in line. It's just like, why complain about it? And I don't know about you, but like when I get into that mode of complaining, it's like I start complaining about things that I don't really even feel like I need to complain about, if that makes sense. Like, do you guys ever do that? Like, yeah, does it bother me? Sure. But like, is it, really that big of a deal in my life? No, like it just doesn't bother me that much. You know what I mean? And so I have to take a look at the things that I'm really, really happy about and the things I feel grateful for, and, remind myself, Peter, you have an amazing life. I mean, you truly have an amazing life. And there's going to be, it was so funny because somebody like put a quote out on Twitter. I loved this. And they said, like they quoted me and they said, it's the better and the sweet. Well, I said, it's the bitter and the sweet, like bittersweet, because it is in life. It's the bitter and the sweet. But I loved that spin on it that she put. And I don't know who it is. I'm sorry, but I think I liked it or responded to it or something. But I try to respond to most of the tweets I get or like them. But but I was like, oh my God, that's so great. Like it's the better and the sweet. I mean, and if you look at life that way, I think that we just have to assume that shit's gonna happen to us in life. It just is, And sometimes those things that happen to us, if you look at them and say, but there's a learning experience in this, or, like, yes, I'm sad that my mother is gone, but I had wonderful memories with her. I had a great life with my mom, There are so many people that didn't have half the time that I had with my mom, or any time with their parent, or didn't have a mother growing up. And so when you look at things that way, it's really hard to feel sorry for yourself, because you're like, it's that yellow light, it's just like up there flashing. I saw something flashing on my camera. I was like, what is that? But when you look at things that way, it's like, sure, tragedy occurs and it's sad. And I am not talking about, you guys, like severe tragedy, okay? I'm not. Like, there are some things that, like, I hope you guys understand that, like, if one of my friends called me tomorrow and their child died, I wouldn't be like, well, there's a learning experience in that. I mean, that is not who I am, okay? That's some cold-hearted shit. And, it's very much like Daryl Hannah in Steel Magnolias. It's like, she's trying to do what she wants to do, but there's a time and a place for it, okay? And at the funeral of Julia Roberts is not the time for Daryl Hannah to say how, it just isn't. There's a time and a place, and that wasn't it. And, which is why Sally, what's her name? Sally, why can't I think? She loses her mind, but, I mean, that's when you are compassionate and empathetic and you just say to your friend, like a lot of people ask me, like, my friend is going through this, my friend is going through that, I don't know what to say. I think sometimes, like, that's the greatest thing to say, and I've learned this from other people that did it to me, is to say, I feel so bad for what you're going through right now. Like, I don't know how to be a friend. I love you. Let me know what I can do for you. And if that's just sit here, I can just sit here. You will be amazed. People typically will look at you and say, I don't know what I need from you right now, but I know I need you. Or they'll say, you know what? This is what I do need. Can you go get the kids dinner tonight? Like, I just can't do it, And even just like helping in things like that, like make a world of difference to people, And I think that that's important in life, to look at things that way. I just think the world would be a nicer place if we were all willing to help one another, be nicer to each other, help. I just don't understand why it's so difficult. anyway, I'm gonna get off here because I don't want my camera to overheat and then just stop in the middle of me talking. So I'm gonna let it cool down, and because I want to space it out throughout the day too and talk tonight, because I know you guys like the drives around talking at night. So I'll be back later tonight. Tonight. Bye. Hello. Okay, I'm back. I'm home. I film my videos. Get down on it. I'm in a good mood today. Are you in a good mood today, Pee-Pee? He says, I'm in a good mood. Are you in a good mood? What is it? Anyway, I'm getting ready to go and run to Target, but I wanted to show a couple things on here today. Elle Leary from Elle Leary Artistry, who I love. I'm obsessed with her videos now. I'm going to link her below. Go check her out. Please go subscribe to her. She's so nice. This is the second time she has sent me things. She has this beautiful monogrammed stationery. I need monogram stationery. But anyway, she knew that I was obsessed with Lush's Mr. Dandy's hair candy, hairdressing, and I couldn't find it anywhere because they had discontinued it. So she got it from the Lush website in the UK, and she had it sent to me. You guys, oh my God, it smells so good. I'm so excited. And then she sent me that too, but she sent me a little extra treat. Here's some hair custard. This is what I use right now. This is what I bought, and this is what I've been using. And that is fantastic. Oh my God, that smells like candy. It's so good. But then she bought me this Giant Gel hair dressing from Lush. I need to get, this is one of the things I need to get today. I need to get, what do you call them? Readers. Okay. Here to be giant, instant hold. Why look far away for towering volume when Sicilian, I know, Pee-Pee, when Sicilian lemon oil and strengthening fresh strawberries are at hand. Let me smell what this is about. Pee-Pee, this is not food. Oh, it smells so good, but it doesn't smell like strawberries at all. So thank you, Elle, so much for this. This was so fantastic. I am really, really excited about that. I'm going to use those products tonight. Because I'm going to do some face masks, I think. I don't know. We'll see. But I also got this package, and it is from Jennifer from Charlotte, North Carolina. And she said something on here. It says something like, read the note. Okay, wait. I think I can't see because the packaging is over it. But it says, you can show this and read note on the blog. Okay. So she has that written right there on the back. I'm so excited. I got this actually like days ago, but I keep on meaning to read it or bring it in and read it, and I have, oh, what is this? Oh my God. Well, first of all, Jennifer, boost. I haven't used these small fans in a while, and I miss them. This one is going straight to my car because I always say I need a fan in my car. So I'm taking this straight to my car. So Jennifer, you are the first ever car fan. I'm taking this right to my car. Okay. But then she got me Rue Morgue Magazine, Shark Movie Mania, A Bloody History of Cinema's Greatest Killing Machines. Are you trying to spook me, Jennifer? Seriously? I don't even want to look in here. Oh, my Lord. I mean, I will really get that scared, you guys. Okay. So, we're going on vacation soon. I think I will look at that when I get back. Because I can do a pool, but I can't do the ocean. Okay. She said, Peter, thought you'd like this since you're obsessed with sharks like me. Also, a fan to beat away the summer's heat. Love you, Jen. And she put it on this little octopus paper. Isn't that so cute? Aw, thank you so much, Jen. That was awesome. Oh, by the way, my good Judy Rich Lux, he said, okay, so we talk, you know, every day on the phone, Rich and I. If you guys don't know, like, Rich and I were friends, and then we fell out, and then we were friends again, and then we had, like, a huge falling out. But now, I would say, since January of this year, there's probably not been a day that Rich and I have not talked. He is such a good friend of mine. He challenges me as far as YouTube. I hope I challenge him. But we really don't talk about that. We talk about, like, our lives, our family and stuff. And very much like Dustin, and who is also friends with Rich. And, you know, it's just fun. It's fun to have somebody to talk to and Kiki and all that kind of stuff. So he knows that, like, my husband and I, we watch, like, all the Netflix shows. Like, my husband gets me hooked on these CW shows. I don't know why. They're cornery as shit, right? But I was telling him I got Rich to start watching Riverdale. And so Rich sent me this Pop's Shop Riverdale perfume. Let me just tell you, it is so bad. I opened it in my drama video today, and I just said to him, I mean, it smells literally like chocolate strawberries, but more sugary, with, like, really rich whipped cream on it. He goes, girl, just throw it away. I said, which? I go, this is hilarious. I love it. I said, but let me just tell you something. I go, I literally smell like the sugariest chocolate strawberry in the entire world. So that was sweet too that he sent that to me. All right. We're always doing little jokes on each other. I'm so excited. All right, you guys, listen. I'm going to get off here and go run some errands. I need to run to Target. I need to get something to eat. Alex has been asking if I want to get something to eat all day long. I'm like, I just want to get Subway. I got that Subway Veggie Delight yesterday, and I'm obsessed. Like, it was so good. I want to get another one. So I'll pick him up Subway if he wants Subway, but he doesn't like Subway, so I doubt that he will. Right, Pee-Pee? What, Pee-Pee? What are you doing, huh? What's going on, Peepster? What do you want? What? What? Speak, Pee-Pee, speak! Speak! What? I think what he wants is a T-R-E-A-T. Speak, Pee-Pee! There he goes. Look, he has to take it over the window. This is so cute. He has to take it over the window and sit in front of the window and eat it. Is that good? Oh my Lanta, that looks so good. Yum. All right, you guys, so I'm gonna get off here and go run some errands. Will you guys let me know, because this is easier for me now. I just switch out the memory cards. Will you guys let me know? Actually, you know what I'm gonna do while I have you on the phone is I'm gonna make some lemonade, because if I don't make lemonade now, I won't make it, and I want some. Do you guys like it better me vlogging like throughout the entire day? Or is that stupid for you? Or what do you think? Like, do you like it like this, that I'm mixing it up? Or do you prefer it where it's just all at night, driving around? And I know what you guys are gonna do. You're gonna give me a mixed response, so then I'm gonna have to read between the lines. Come on, wrapper. Okay. Crystal Light. Not the generic. Don't pick up the generic. Somebody commented on my video and said, my husband tried to buy the generic. And I said, oh, no, 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 no. That's exactly right. Don't pick up the generic. It tastes like shit. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna regret it if you do. You're gonna put all your ice in. Come on. Come on, ice. Take your 2 little packages. It's called home cooking right here. Right, chill, baby. This is some home cooking. I do wish I lived in the South. I do so much. Can I just tell you, these pictures on this magazine that she bought me are literally terrifying. I have to go over here and put it in the drawer until I can get back. Oh my God. It's like a woman, she's like, there's like a shark behind her. I'm like, oh my Lord. Do you ever like, okay, something so easy as making lemonade, you just keep on putting it off because you're so lazy? Like, that is me all day long. You want your wooden spoon, and you want the other thing is that my husband loves pink lemonade, okay? He can drink it like nobody's business. Do you think that he could? He said to me the other day, I said, you know, if you're the last one to get a glass of pink lemonade, do you ever have this conversation with your husband? I said, you know, if you're the last one to get a glass of pink lemonade, I said, you can make some more. He goes, I don't know how. I go, what do you mean you don't know how? He goes, I don't know how. I said, it says right on the back. He goes, well, I don't know how many go into the thing. I said, 2. I said, you could have just asked me if you wanted to make some more. It's not. He goes, well, is it really that much trouble? I was like, don't. You want this close. And then you're ready. You got your lemonade. See? All ready to go. Pee-pee pink lemonade, oh my Lord. He said, I love it. Oh, I had left their food in the car. So I took it and put it in the refrigerator to cool it a little bit. And now I'm gonna take it out. We got new food yesterday we're trying. And it's these called Core Chunk Centers. They look like little chicken pot pies. I think they're real cute. So we're gonna try those for DINNER tonight. Peepy thinks he's so fancy. He has to have those fancy meals. And this one right here, more chunky centers. So I don't know, we'll see how they do. They probably all hate them. All right, you guys, I will be back a little bit later. Love ya. I'm literally losing my mind right now. So I did this giveaway for Manny Mua's Life's a Drag palette. And I decided to use this website called Wheel of Names. And you basically just go in there and you like just write all the names in, okay? Well, I honestly did not think that I would get 1,300 plus people that would enter the contest. I thought, well, maybe 200-300 people might do it, you know? So I'm currently entering all of the names. Do you see it? Now look, I have like probably 500 in there right now. So this is how it just keeps on like spinning and spinning and see, do you see? And so it does that when it spins. And it, like here, look at all these names I have in here so far. Are you one of those people? Look at that. 11 p.m. I'm gonna do the live spin. If I even get the names in there by then. It's currently 9:06 p.m. and I'm like only halfway there. So I'm like, I will never use this website again for this. But it is totally random, so I'm having fun reading everybody's. Like I had them put down like what drag name they wanted, and I'm having a fun time doing that. Alex is over there. Hello. Are you cozy? Do you see him with the little dogs over there? Look how cute they all are. There's my little family. Hello, little family.
Hello.
You got a little birthday present today. You got his new phone. Beep beep. Oh, little faces. And we think it's about to start pouring down rain here because we keep on hearing thunderstorms. Or I think that, I guess. Anyway, I was just taking a break for a second. Okay, I have just manually put in over 1,300 names into this Wheel of Names win thing for the, look at my hair. It's so hot, isn't it? The Manny Mua Life's a Drag giveaway. And so I'm gonna put it on the vlog just to show it. Hi, husband.
Hi.
There's his little get up over there. So, I'm gonna let you guys see me do this, okay? So, how am I gonna, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I was gonna have Alex stand behind me, but I think I'm just gonna do it like that. Okay. You can see me work. Okay, you ready? And then I think when I pick it, I'll turn it that way. Okay. How long does an Instagram story work, babe?
What do you mean?
Is it 7 seconds? How many seconds is it?
You should just do a boomerang. What?
A boomerang of what? Me talking?
Of you just doing like the wheel and then just say tune in. New video.
Oh, well, I'm not going to do a new video. I'm just going to post it on my Instagram story.
Or whatever, like winner, like the winner is or whatever.
All right, you guys, I'm getting ready to do the pick the winner for my Manny Mua Life's a Drag giveaway. I have manually put in 1,300 names into this Wheel of Names thing right here. So, is it playing? Oh, it is playing. Alright, you guys. Wait, I wanted to record more. How do I do it? New?
Yeah, more.
Huh?
Post and more.
Oh, there, I got it. Okay. So this is what it looks like. Can you see? There are so many names that it just keeps on like changing and changing and changing. So, and there's where you enter the names. I will never do it this way again because I should have put it on a spreadsheet and then I could have just uploaded the spreadsheet, but I didn't do that. So I'm going to be picking a different way next time. But I'm going to be picking 2 winners, and I'll tell you why. The first person that I pick will be the winner of the palette. Should that person not want the palette, or would they not be willing to fulfill their duties as the winner, I will be picking a second person who will then be the winner. But if the winner does want the palette, then the second winner, the second name, will be getting a little surprise package from me. So, and I'm actually recording this on my vlog right now, so if you want to go see it on my vlog, you can see that too. I'm so excited! Okay, so now I'm gonna pick it. Are you ready? Here we go. Oh my God. Okay. Your mom and Liliana's picture keeps on coming up every time I go to Instagram. All right, so are you guys ready? Okay, here we go. We're gonna pick the first grand prize winner of the palette, and then the runner-up. So here we go. Okay, so the winner is, let's see if it shows it. So the winner of the palette is Not Even a Mermaid. And I'm going to check in just a second to see if they follow me on Instagram. And I even actually remember putting this name in there. Oh, damn it. Okay, this is difficult to run a giveaway, oh my lord. The second place winner? Who is the winner? The runner-up? Who will it be? Oh my god, what if it's the same person? Wouldn't that be so funny? Is Chelsea Beckner. So the winner, the runner-up winner is Chelsea Beckner. If the other person doesn't want the palette, she will get it. If they do want the palette, then she will get a little gift. This is the real fun part. This is where I see if these people are the scam artists of the world. Okay. Oh, I didn't even write down the names. Well, I got it recorded, so I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? Okay.
Can I watch TV yet?
No, I'm not done yet. I'm still filming this. Give me just 2 more minutes, okay? Please. Not Even a Mermaid. And Chelsea Beckner. Beckner. Okay, so let's look them up real quick and see. Are they true followers? Chelsea Beckner, I feel like I know. I feel like she comments on my videos a lot. Okay. Not Even a Mermaid. And here she is. We'll see if she follows me. Oh, hold on a second. Oh my god, I'm all the way out of it. Okay, wait. Not Even a Mermaid. Peter. She follows me. There she is. She follows me. Alright, and let's go and see. She looks like she's in, it says she's in art school. Okay. And then, let's see, Chelsea Beckner. I am almost positive, like she comments on my videos all the time. Oh, Beckner. Beckner, here she is, okay. Yeah, she follows me. Oh, she follows Peter's Wolfpack too. Well, all right, she follows the little the fan thing. So Chelsea is the runner-up. So now I have to make make my little announcement. All right, so I checked, and not even a mermaid. And Chelsea Beckner, who I knew because she comments on my stuff all the time. Both follow me on Instagram, so they are both real winners. I will be reaching out to them to let them know they have won. So the contest is now over. I just bought the Jeffree Star Thirsty palette today, which I will be doing a giveaway for. I will be doing that through YouTube, so make sure that you're subscribed to my channel. Love you guys. Thanks for participating, and I will see you later. Oh my God, now I can relax. I put so many hours I put into this. Oh my God, so many hours. Anyway, I'm gonna let my husband go back to watching TV now. So look at little Pee-Pee over there. Can you see him? Pee-Pee. Pee-Pee, be nice. Say hi to the people. Be nice to them. He said hello. All right, you guys, I will be back in just a little bit. Hello. All right, I am vlogging and then listening to a little bit of my audiobook. I'm gonna go get a bottle of water right now. I'm really thirsty. It's like exactly 1 o'clock in the morning, 1:08. Alex just went to bed. You guys saw the the giveaway that I did, which was probably so exciting for you. And let's see. I contacted both of the girls that won, and the winner was really excited, and she's like, oh my God, I didn't ever expect to win. And then Chelsea, hey Chelsea, she said she watches all of my videos. She's the runner-up. And I wanted to pick a runner-up in case, like, the main one was like, just give it to somebody else, I don't want it, you know, because, like, a lot of people had said that in the comment sections, but I put everybody's name in there anyway. And so, but the winner wanted it, and so Chelsea is going to get a little package from me. And I am going to probably give her one of the gold fans, and the other one I'm going to give away. I'm going to do another giveaway with the gold fan. And then, like, 2 of my favorite, like, beauty products. So maybe like a little Lush something, and maybe like I don't know. I'm not gonna say yet because I want to go and see. But I'm gonna get some water, and then I've got to run to Meijer, and there's some things I need to get. I just spent like 40 minutes on Audible. Legit, like 40 minutes shopping on Audible. I bought only 2 books. I bought this book that Tanya said she read was really good, The Last Mrs. Parrish. And I've heard really good things about it from several people. And then I got, so I'm like really wanting to read a lot of mysteries and thrillers this summer. And it's weird to me, it's like the middle of June already, and I haven't even gone to the pool once, and it's literally a block from me, like it's right down from our condo, and no one's ever there. I have this, okay, so I cleaned out the back of my car today, and I have this bottle of windshield wiper fluid back there, and you'll hear it keeps on thumping back there. It's driving me nuts. I should have just taken it out, but I didn't. So anyway, I've been wanting to, I want to read a series that I could really get into, and B, I want to read like more mysteries and thrillers. So I was like, sitting there and I was like reading something, and I was like, God, it reminded me so much of this book that I like started years ago, and I got like halfway through, and then I don't know why I didn't finish it. But it was about a psychologist, and he has a series. It's like this guy, the character's a psychologist, and I think he has like a homicide detective friend that's like gay. And I was like, do you hear like a buzzing in my car? The air conditioning. It's so hot, you guys. It says it's 79, but I swear to God, it feels like it's 102 outside. It's so humid. But I love it. But it is hot. Did you hear that back there? Oh, it's gonna drive me crazy. I'm gonna have to pull it out. Get to this gas station. Up here. Not the gas station I'm going to, a different one. This gas station up here is closed. But anyway, closed for the night. I was searching. I was like, I wonder what happened to him. I don't remember him putting out any new books recently, but I couldn't remember his name. And then I started Google searching it. As soon as I started Google searching it, I was like, Jonathan Kellerman. I remembered his name. And so I was going to buy the one which is called Over the Edge. That's the one I read like years ago. And I really liked it, but I only got like halfway through it and I didn't finish it. Years ago, like 15, 20 years ago. God, this thing is driving me nuts. But I was like, if I'm going to start it, I'm going to start with like the beginning of the series. So the first one is called When the Bow Breaks, and I got it on Audible. So I'm excited about that, and then I got The Last Mrs. Parrish, and then I know this is completely corny, but Tanya thinks for some reason that she and I should both read the James Patterson book with Bill Clinton. She thinks it's going to be like a good, maybe it'll be a good James Patterson. I was like, Tanya, I haven't read a James Patterson book in so long, and she was like, I know. She was like, but I heard it was really good, and I was like, who'd you hear that from? She was like, I heard it on a TV show. I'm like, Tanya Jean, just because you hear it on a TV show does not mean it's true. She always hears everything on TV shows and thinks it's true. But so I'm gonna look at it, admire. If I'm gonna read it, I might just listen to it on Audible, because I don't know that I want to invest $20 in a book that I don't care that much about. You know what I mean? So, and I'm like 5 episodes away from being done with The Staircase. It's so tragic. Like, if you guys, I'm not going to ruin it for you, but it jumps like 10 years forward, and it's like everybody looks older, like especially him. And I was just sitting there, I was like watching it today, and I was like, life just goes on. Like, I don't know if people really get that, but like life just goes on, no matter, you know, what you're doing or what your choices are, life goes on. Thing out of the back of my trunk real quick. Is this gas station still open? No, they used to get robbed a lot, so I don't think they stay open on Thursdays anymore. This is what was back there. But look, I found my Ultra hats today. I wonder where they were. We had like picnic chairs back there, like, you know, when you go to like a concert or whatever. We have these chairs with cup holders. They're really nice. They're like low to the ground. We got them at like Walmart for like 15 bucks each. And they double as backpacks. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? They're really nice. So like they have like straps over them so you can wear them as backpacks, but then they're chairs. They're perfection. If you're like going to something like a 4th of July thing or whatever, you can just carry them in your backpack. I was like, a couple years ago, maybe they weren't 15, maybe they were like more like 25. I can't remember. But a couple years ago, we needed we don't have any of those, right? And so whenever we go to things like with Alex's family, because we go to like the 4th of July, you know, fireworks, and we go to like Carlos and Carlitos's baseball games. We go to a lot of their baseball games in the summer, and we never have chairs to sit on. And so I was like, we need to buy chairs. Like, we need to buy them. Was it at Walmart or was it at Meijer? I can't remember that we got them, but maybe I think it was Meijer actually. But anyway, so we picked these chairs out, and Alex was like, oh my God, these are so great. They're so comfortable. And now we just have them in the garage. Well, they were in the back of my car literally since last summer, so I finally took them out. I had 3 winter coats back there. I had my clogs, my Birkenstock clogs, which I wondered what had happened to. A pair of those, I don't even know how to pronounce it, those Haviness flip-flops that I had like back there from last summer. I had this blanket of my aunt's, like it's like a rug or a blanket, I don't know, it's like real thick, that I had taken from her house when she passed away. So that's been back there since like January, a year ago January. What's really strange, no, it would have been last summer because that's when they sold the house, the condo. What's really strange is that like here and back here, my car is like spotless. But back there, I mean, it was never a mess, but there was just stuff back there, you know? I have an old car battery back there. So I got rid of that. Well, I didn't get rid of the car battery. I left it back there because I need it, but because they told me that it didn't work, and then it did work, and then I had already bought a new battery, and I just didn't, to be honest with you. It was like $100, and I had to deal with these people, and I was like, I'm not dealing with them again. I'll just keep the battery, and if I need another battery, it's back there. But then somebody told me the other day, I think it was Tanya's husband, not too long ago, said, well, that battery's probably dead now that you've had it this long. I was like, because that was like 3 years ago that I did. It was in the middle of the winter. I always get screwed. I should have just taken the battery back, but I just didn't want to deal with it that day. You ever have things like that when it's like, I've dealt with shit so much, I just not one more thing, you know what I mean? So I didn't, I guess, you know. I was going through my receipts tonight, and like, I had found this receipt when I got my oil change, and I hadn't put it in my checkbook, and it was like for $73. That's quite a chunk out of my checkbook that I didn't realize that I hadn't put in there, because, you know, I like keep my checkbook like to the penny. So I was like, I don't have as much money in there as I thought I did. But in reality, I mean, I do. I just don't know how much money is in there because I always pad the account. I have had Subway the last 2 days. Yesterday and today, I had a Veggie Delight from Subway, and I got chips. Yesterday, I had a pink lemonade that was 5-calorie Minute Maid. But today I didn't because I had gotten like a Diet Pepsi earlier in the day, which I never get a fountain pop during the day, but I was like, for some reason I was craving a fountain pop today, which I know Diet Soda's bad for me, I know. But anyway, the Subway sandwiches are so filling. Like I looked at Alex, do you ever have just like the strangest conversations with people, like your husband? I said, do you like Subway? And he goes, it's okay. And I go, when's the last time you had it? He goes, I don't even know. And I go, I've had it the last 2 days. He goes, yeah, I know. And he goes, well, what made you want Subway again? Because I usually go to Jimmy John's, which if people don't know what Jimmy John's is, it's like another sub place, except for I don't get it on a sub. I always get it on the whole wheat, because they have the most fantastic whole wheat that is like that thick. It's like the best whole wheat in the entire world. And I love whole wheat bread. So I said, I don't know. I said, I wanted like a veggie sandwich, but like I didn't want to go to Jimmy John's because the last time I got the veggie sandwich from there, it felt like it tasted really processed. So I went to Subway, and then I don't know, there was just something about it that was just delicious yesterday that I was like, I want another, you know, Subway sandwich from Subway. So I did, and it was good. But can I just tell you that, like, okay, so I can't remember what I ate on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. No, Saturday and Friday I had Subway. And Thursday and Wednesday, I don't remember what I had. When did we go out to dinner with everybody to Cheesecake Factory? That would have been like Thursday. I've literally lost almost 10 pounds in the last like 3 days. I don't even know how. I don't know if it's just from drinking a bunch of water or just eating Subway, because it's not like I've been eating other meals. But I've literally almost lost 10 pounds. Well, I've lost like 8 pounds. Alright, you guys, listen, I'm going to go in here and get some water, and I'll be back in just a little bit. Is my headlight out? Please tell me it's not. No, it's not. Alright, I'll be back in just a little bit. Okay, I want to show you what Indiana is all about. Are you ready? Okay, hold on a second. Look at this dead bug on the ground. Oh my god, look at how big that is. That is a dead June bug on the ground. Isn't that crazy? This huge ass bug. My friend, Dewan, that works at the gas station, he's so fun. He always jokes with me. I got a Core water. It's like my favorite water in the whole world. And then I also got this G2. I was gonna get this audiobook tonight, but then I realized I already had it. And it's called Something in the Water by Kathleen Stedman. Hi. I'm reading like my social media stuff. I said on Twitter, FYI, I will never be using the wheel of names again, LOL, instead of having everyone put their names on a spreadsheet. I've spent the better part of the last 6 hours manually putting in over 1,300. It was such a learning experience, let me tell you. Never again. What an idiot I am, I said. This Taylor said, oh no, Peter, I'm so sorry. That sounds miserable. It absolutely was. Head up, Peter. This is Alexandria. I would just choose a random number, go to that page, and choose a name. You'll get the hang of it. We live in a... Aw, thank you. It's a dangerous time to do a giveaway. People get so shitty about giveaways, you know? You want to do them right so somebody doesn't get upset with you. I had fun doing it, though. And I ordered the Jeffree Star Thirsty palette today. And I'm going to do that in a giveaway, too. It looks really pretty, actually. I was looking at the colors. I do think there's a palette that, like, you guys are like, what are you talking about? This is not what you talk about on here. I do think, I am, like, obsessed with chapstick and lip balm, can you tell? Somebody said one time to me, they said, you know, being, like, when you put over amounts of chapstick on, it's supposedly a sign that you're stressed out or have anxiety. I'm so peaceful and calm right now. I feel so serene. I'm just like, da, 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 da. You know what? This is so interesting. Like, when I was growing up, like, kids were not, like, diagnosed. Like, later, like, I remember the first time I ever had a therapist mention to me that he thought I was ADHD was when I was 19 years old. Before that, like when I was younger, I wasn't like ADHD. So they think it's more like adult ADHD, that I was more ADD. And the difference is the hyperactive part of it. But you can have both. You can have both aspects of it as well, which I may very well have. I mean, I have been tested for ADHD. So, and I don't take any medication. I've never taken any medication for it. So you can be completely successful not taking medication for ADHD. It's my personal opinion that people are way too over-medicated for that stuff. That being said, my husband has severe ADHD and he like can't even focus, like working, and he is medicated by his doctor. So, but very low doses of it. But doctors have told me that they want it. I'm like, no. And they're like, well, we can try Strattera, which is not habit forming, or Vyvanse. I'm like, no, I don't need anything. I'm fine. I know that everybody else has an issue with me, but I'm completely fine. You know, I don't care. But do I think it would have helped me get better grades when I was younger? Like, I'm not against I think there are people that appropriately need medications for things. Do I think that some kind of low dose, stimulant or something to help me when I was growing up would have helped me if it was monitored by a physician and my parents. Yeah, I do. I just couldn't focus at all. And this was a word that was constantly on my report cards in elementary and junior high school. Dreamy. They would say I'm dreamy. And they didn't mean like I'm dreamy looking, which I was. They meant, why is it light on already at 5 minutes and 20 seconds? I keep on meaning to look it up, and I don't look it up. I looked up this video the other day. I almost should look it up right now. But anyway, I'm not gonna look it up right now. Who'd care, right? Well, I'll do that tomorrow. And I'll forget tomorrow until the yellow light goes on, and I'll complain about it again. We know the gig. But anyway, I've had like the craziest stuff happen to me today. Like, not like high level crazy, but just like crazy, You guys, I get so many requests for me to make videos about Tammy and Amy Slayton. I mean, it is literally like they are like one of the top things I get requests for. Look at my hair. But anyway, yeah, like all my report cards always said that I was dreamy, and like teachers would in like parent teacher conferences, my mom told me later, like they would always say Peter just stares out the window, like he just stares out the window, or he like draws on a piece of paper. And they were like, well, does he misbehave? No, not unless he's talking, and then you can't shut him up, is what they would say. Oh, so that's kind of where I fluctuated back and forth. But like, I can remember spending like, honest to God, in was it ninth grade or was it 8th grade? I think it was 9th grade. I took a government class. This is a true story. I have it in my basement. I found it. I wrote an entire book in my government class. I got a D in that class, and I was moved on to 10th grade. How? I have no idea. I don't remember learning one thing in that class. I remember sitting in the back row and staring out the window, and I had this huge notebook, and I wrote in it every day, and I wrote this story. It was actually kind of a fantastic story. And it was about, okay, so at the time I was obsessed with like Romancing the Stone and like all those adventure movies, So when my dad would have me, and like a lot of times my mom would be like busy, like she would like go out of town with friends or whatever, and so if it was like my dad's weekend and he had to like go to some like conference like an hour away or something like that, like he had this nurse that worked at the hospital, and she would like watch me, and like we go out to dinner and see movies and stuff like that. But she really wasn't a babysitter, but like just so this was like when I was like 10 to like 12 maybe, but just so like I wouldn't get in any trouble. Because, like, he lives out in the middle of nowhere. If I ever showed you his house, you'd be like, this is like he's on like the end of a private drive, and then you go down, and then his driveway is way at the end of this private drive, and it gets like gated and stuff. It's like hard to get back there. So if I'm out there by myself, I'd be terrified. So we always had her. Her name was Marty. Hey, Marty. I'm sure she watches my videos. Joke. I'm sure she doesn't. But I did see Marty, the day that my mom passed away actually was the last time that I saw Marty. She was leaving the hospital. And so like after that, Marty babysat all the kids on my dad's street for Colts games. I think it was Colts. No, it would have been like IU games, I think. But my dad went to those games too with these people. So like I was like at home, like alone for the weekends, and Marty was babysitting like all these kids that were like, let's say 8 and 9 and under, probably 8 and under, right? And there was like 4 families that she babysat for, but she babysat for them all at this one house. So I would come over and hang out with Marty while she was babysitting all these kids. We had so much fun. And we would like play like outside, we would like have relay races, and I'd help her make lunch, like cheese sandwiches and macaroni and cheese and hot dogs. It was so fun, I always wanted to play teacher anyway, so it was kind of like, me, like, I don't know, it was just like fun. I miss Marty. We had such a good time when I was like, I miss Marty. That was when I was like 12. What a loser, like, and I look back on that, it's like, I had no friends. Like, that was it, my friend was what, a 40-year-old woman, and I was helping her babysit. I was probably an annoyance to her, is probably what I was. We put movies in and just sit there, and the kids would have pads, and they'd take like, naps, and we'd sit there and watch some movie together, and talk, and we had so much fun. I always thought I'd end up working in the hospital because I was so surrounded by nurses and techs and doctors and stuff. But anyway, so I wrote this book, okay, about how, this is so sick. I wrote this book, like how in the middle of the night, like my parents, like my dad and my stepmom, I don't know where my mom was in this book, but she wasn't around. My dad and my stepmom, like, had these, Into the Night with Jeff Goldblum and Michelle Pfeiffer is also one of my favorite books. So I wrote this book about how I was like with Marty, and we were like babysitting my partner, and these were never kids that she babysat, but it was like my dad's partner's kids that were like 5 years younger than me. So if I would have written this at like 14 or 13, they at the time would have been like, what? Well, one of them was like 5 years younger than me, so that would have been like 8. They would have been like 8 and 5 at the time. So anyway, like in the book, she was like babysitting them, and I was with her because my dad and his partner, I mean, this was like really calculated. Oh, it just shut off and I wanted to tell my book idea. But it was about like my dad and my stepmom had like, I don't know, my dad and his partner had like these government files that they were like hiding or something, and we were like, so my dad called her and they were like on the run, and I thought like maybe I killed them off, but I don't think I did. Like I think like I said like they told her like, oh, we've got, you know, you've got to go pick this up. I remember like the beginning of it, we had to like stay in like his office like the first night, and then we were like on the run, and we were like driving to like Florida or something, and I wrote like this entire book about like what happened, and like we were being chased by all these different kinds of people that wanted these like important government files or microchip or something. I also loved this movie, and it was with Gene Wilder and Gilda Radner, and it was called Hanky Panky, and it was very similar. Like, I mean, my book was not an original idea. It was basically a copy of like 5 different movies that I had seen, but that's what I watched. I loved to just kind of escape. You know, I didn't have any friends, and so I would like, do you ever do that? Like, I had so many friends that we would like all write books in notebooks. My friend Shell did the same thing. She still writes today. I have those books down in the basement though, isn't that crazy? I wrote another one about like being on a cruise ship all by myself. That was like the same year I wrote that book about the cruise ship. I can't remember what it was called. But it was like the end of the world, and I was like the only one on this cruise ship, and it was just like out at sea floating. And like these people would like try to come by, like it was like the end of the world, but there were like people that were still alive that were like, you know, scavenging and stuff like that, and they were trying to get on the boat and they couldn't get on the boat. I have like all my life always like had story ideas in my head of like what I want to write about and what I always come up with these ideas for books and movies and stuff, you know. I think if I could write like what I would love to write, I would love just to write thrillers. But you have to be so good at it, and I'm just not that, like, to think it, although I write organically, so I don't think about like all of the stuff. I mean, I've said like about 1 million times. I don't like think the idea through, if that makes sense, you know? Like, so for me to script an entire book thriller, knowing at the end what happens, I mean, that would be very difficult for me. Like, I would really have to take some time and really script it out of what I wanted to do. And I mean, I think that's what really good thriller writers do. But there's an art to it, you know? Alex and I are going to go to brunch tomorrow, and I'm so hungry for brunch right now. I'm going to get up and be like, let's just go to brunch right now. He laid around all night tonight and watched TV while I was entering those names and that thing. It was so funny. This is why when I go to bed earlier, it's better for me, because I get hungry really late at night. I don't know why. I'm hungry right now. I was just saying that Subway sandwich was so filling, which it was. But then I was like driving by, there's like this bakery right here, and I'm like, every time I drive by, I'm like, oh God, a donut sounds so good, like a fresh donut. But then I don't even really like love donuts. I don't know why. I think that I want to eat the donuts. Time to make the donuts. Do you remember that commercial? I talked to my dad today, because it is Father's Day when you're watching this, and he's not like big on Father's Day. I was like, do you want to get together and do something tomorrow? He's like, we can if you want. I was like, well, do you want to? He's like, you know I don't care about holidays. He doesn't care about holidays at all, like none. And he was like, but if you want to get together, we can. I was like, it's kind of last minute. What time do you want to do? And he was kind of wishy-washy about it. So I was like, why don't we just like pick a date down the road? We'll do it like in a week or two. And he was like, that sounds good. Let's do that. I was like, all right. So we were talking and catching up. It was good to talk to him. My dad is so funny. Telling me about he was talking to me about like this vacation we took one time, and he was like, do you remember, like, we were so bored, we had nothing to do, so we went to the casino. I said, how old would I have been? He goes, I think you were like 14 or 15 at the time. And he goes, we went to this casino, and I said, was this in St. Martin? He goes, no. He goes, I can't remember where it was, but it wasn't St. Martin. We went to the casino there too, and my dad's not a gambler, so the fact that we went to these casinos is kind of funny, because my dad thinks it's a waste of money. But, he said, he goes, oh, I know, it was the Dominican Republic. And he goes, I think it was the Dominican Republic because you couldn't take money like large amount of money that you won, like out of the country. And I said, really? And he was like, yeah. And he was like, and so we went to this casino and I was like letting you play. We were playing, he goes, you were playing roulette. And he said, you kept on winning. And I would say, Pete, bet it all on red. And he goes, and then you put it on red and it would win. And I said, how was I playing down there at that age? Because I just don't think that they have any age limit on stuff like that. And he goes, and then I would say, Pete, let it ride, let it ride. And he goes, we got the whole table chanting, let it ride. And he goes, and like, I swear, Peter, he goes, like 4 or 5 times in a row, it hit red. And he goes, I was trying to get you to lose everything because A, I wanted to teach you a lesson that gambling is dangerous. And B, he said, I knew he couldn't take the money out of the country, so I was like, what are we going to do? And he goes, you were like up to several $100s. And he goes, I just kept on going, let it ride, let it ride. And he said, finally, he goes, you lost all your money. He goes, you were so mad at me the whole next day. He goes, you just wouldn't even talk to me or anything because I made you lose your money. I said, you know, Dad, what's interesting about that is I said, you are responsible for one of my favorite things to do in life, which is go to the casino. And he goes, oh, I didn't know that that's true. I said, yeah, I love to go to the casino. You know that. And he goes, yeah, he goes, I guess I'll take ownership over that. And I said, you're also responsible for my biggest fear, which is sharks. And he goes, yeah, he goes, I know I need to own that one. He goes, that's how I used to get you out of the pool when you were a little kid. He goes, I'd just go, nah. I go, yeah, that video that you made, Caroline and I make, where we were getting eaten alive by Jaws, that wasn't very nice either. He was like, how do you remember all this stuff? People always say that to me. They're like, how do you remember this stuff? Like, you have like a memory of steel. I do, though. I remember things like that. I legit can remember like exact conversations, how they occurred. I hate when, like, one of my biggest pet peeves is when people say to me, that's not what I said. I'm like, I remember exactly what you said. No, that's not what I said. No, that's what you said. I remember. I remember where we were sitting. I'll say, I remember where I was standing. I was standing here. You were standing. No, we weren't even here when we had that conversation. I'm like, okay, you're right. That's what I do. I just go, okay, you're right. why fight? It's not even worth it, you know? I do think that's something that comes with age a little bit, is that you're so just about enjoying life and having no stress that you really don't fight. You know what I mean? It's like, you just like the fight's kind of out of you at some point. You're just kind of like, I don't even care to fight anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't. Yeah, you're right. I'm totally wrong. I don't remember the conversation at all. And then people get pissed and they're like, well, I didn't mean that. Like, I mean, you remember the conversation. You have a good memory. I'm like, thanks. It was weird when I was talking in the vlog the other day about, like, me not remembering parts of my childhood. This was on the vlog, wasn't it? It was either on the vlog or I was just in my head thinking, because I drive around so much just in total silence and just, like, think. It's kind of how I process my writing sometimes. And I was thinking, I really remember a lot more than I thought I did. I remember a lot from my childhood. You know, like, my cousin's like, I don't remember anything before, like, 12 or 13. I'm like, seriously, Caroline? She's like, yeah, I don't remember anything. I'm like, I remember so much. And what's interesting is that Alex remembers a lot from his childhood, too. And, like, that's one of the things that's so fun about our relationship, is that we, you know, tell stories, you know, to each other. And what's interesting is, our growing up, even though he grew up in Venezuela, was very similar to my growing up here. Like, our growing up, we both played tennis, and competitively we both played tennis. And our education was similar. Our parents' relationships were very similar. They got divorced at the exact same age. My camera just went dead. I'm so over it. So anyway, I was saying that, like, Alex and I grew up very, very similar, you know? And our parents, like, got separated, like, when we were similar in age. And our parents are a lot alike, actually. Like, Alex's dad is a lot like my dad. Although, it was the one time I've met him, because he came here 2 or 3 years ago, and we had, like, a dinner at our house. And everybody came, all the cousins and everybody. All of Alex's cousins that live here are all on Alex's dad's side, which is interesting because when they came here, they all lived with his mom first. Like, they would live with his mom for like 6 months before they could get like a house of their own. And but like, I don't know, they're like all real close down there and stuff. But Alex's dad came a couple years ago, and we hosted a dinner at our house, and he was here with his new wife, who they're since divorced. And God, this must have been like 5 years ago then, because they've been divorced for a while. But anyway, Alex and his dad look a lot alike, and his dad was real friendly. He was really nice to me, but like, I couldn't understand anything that he said, and he couldn't understand anything I said because he doesn't speak any English and I don't speak any Spanish. But it was kind of a weird dinner. I remember we got like macaroni and cheese and fettuccine Alfredo from Costco. That was what we made for dinner. And we had like all kinds of like cheese and crackers and hummus and stuff like that. And the kids were running around like crazy chasing the dogs. It was fun, but our place just isn't really that big to entertain, you know? If we were having like a dinner party for like another couple or two couples, we could do it. But like, it's after like, we literally had like 20 people at our house that day. We were all sitting in that little area where I filmed videos. It was so weird. He's the only one that still lives there now. Well, Alex's uncle, his uncle Juan, his mom's brother. So it goes Jackie, and then Alex's Aunt Jackie, and then Hungria, Alex's mom, and then Juan is moving. He's moving here. He lived here before. When I met Alex, he lived here, and his daughter is Nina. She lives in San Francisco now. I think she was in she's been in a couple of my vlogs. She comes home usually at Christmas time. I think she was in my New Year's Eve vlog. The first vlog I ever did, she might have been in. But she runs a Latino community center she's super interesting and beautiful, and her degree was in anthropology from Indiana University, and she is like, I think she's like the director of the Latino Community Center in San Francisco, one of them. And she is also like a trained dancer. She does like all of these different dances from like South America and like Africa, and she does really cool stuff. Like her Instagram is always like her like this, and it's just these beautiful pictures. And so that's Juan's daughter. But when Juan is like very good looking, and like always like been single, like was married to like Nina and her sister's mom, but like they got divorced when the girls were like 5 and 7, I think. And like Alex always kind of thought he was very cool. He's very suave, you know. And but when I met Alex, he lived here. And he had lived here for a long time, and he worked at Menards. He was like in charge of their, I don't know, like their warehouse or something like that. And then he moved back to Venezuela when Alex's grandma moved here to take care of like her business and stuff or something. I don't know how it all worked. But so now, like, since that's all taken care of and like closed down, it's been like years since he's been there. He's been there for like 6 or 7 years now. Been that long? Yeah, he's been there for like 6 or 7 years. So now he's coming back. And he's moving here. I don't know when, sometime this summer, I think. Oh my god, it just died again. I have absolutely no idea what I was talking about, you guys. It's been way too long. So I'm probably just gonna end this vlog because this is driving me crazy, and I really don't want to have to take the camera in tomorrow if I can't fix it and have to trade it back in for another camera. But like, the weird thing is, like, when I'm filming videos during the day, like before I could film like a 20-minute video and it would never come on. Now at like 10 minutes inside the house where it's cool, it comes on like that. So weird. Anyway, well, I hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend. And yeah, you're watching this on Sunday. I hope you're enjoying the day. I hope you're having a good Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I love you, and I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Bye.